Hello and welcome to my channel, where I mostly share my love of fragrance and enjoying my collection. In this video, I'll be reviewing the brand new Kayali Lovefest Burning Cherry 48. Thank you so much for stopping by, and let's get started. So Kayali recently released a new fragrance, which is called Lovefest Burning Cherry 48, and I'm sure a lot of people are reviewing this because it's a new release and people are interested, but for me, I was especially excited because I love cherry perfumes. I will literally buy any perfume that has a strong cherry note because it is actually my favorite kind of perfume note. So when I saw this coming out, I absolutely knew I was going to buy it so I could have it and add it to my cherry collection. I currently have about 40 different cherry perfumes, and I did want to note I am still working on that video of all my cherry scents and ranking them. I just have so many, so it is taking a while, and I'm also waiting on one last scent to arrive that I've been trying to hunt down. So look for that video to come soon. And moving on to the fragrance, Lovefest Burning Cherry comes in the standard Kayali bottle, and this time it's a nice, deep, kind of burgundy red color, similar to the color of dark cherries. And I also wanted to note that this is the first bottle where Kayali has actually put the fragrance notes on the back, and it looks like they're going to be doing that moving forward. So Kayali says that the keynotes in this fragrance are burning cherry, raspberry, praline, palo santo, gaiac wood, and patchouli. But they also provide the full notes, which are top notes of bergamot, raspberry, and black cherry, mid notes of rose damascena essence, jasmine sambac, heliotrope, and praline, and base notes of palo santo, gaiac wood, patchouli prisma, Peru balsam, tonka bean absolute, vetiver Haiti essence, and ambretolide. First off, I wanted to say that I do really like the sprayer on the Kayali fragrances. It produces a nice fine mist, and as soon as I sprayed this, it was very cherry-y, which I loved. And it did also have a bit of that powdery, almost kind of almondy cherry vibe for a little while. But then it started to turn very woody, and the wood did have kind of a smoky quality to it. And the fruit is still present, but it started to smell more like a mix of cherry and raspberry versus a kind of straight cherry scent. And as it continued to dry, the wood did soften, and you could smell a little bit more of that soft floral. But I felt like, it did bring in a lot of sweetness as well from that praline, along with some powderiness. And the scent also became very sweet and creamy, but still retained that wittiness and fruitiness. But I felt like as time went on, it just didn't have as much of the cherry scent as I would have liked. After an hour or so, it really seemed more sweet and woody versus cherry-y. And when I sprayed it on paper, it actually retained a lot more of that, pure cherry scent. But on my skin, it just really turned into a sweet, woody scent. And the lasting power is decent. It was still noticeable 3 hours in, and 6 hours in, I could still smell it, but it was a lot more of a skin scent by then. And if I had to, sum up this fragrance, it would be that, it has a really nice dark cherry that's followed by a really sweet praline and smoky woods. And I do really enjoy the sweet praline scent. I just wish it had more of that cherry throughout the life of the fragrance. So where does Burning Cherry rank in my overall Kayali collection? I would say that I do think this makes it into the top 5, along with Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, Invite Only Amber, Deja Vu White Flower, and of course Vanilla 28. But it definitely doesn't knock Vanilla 28 off of its #1 spot for me. That fragrance is just so beautiful, but I do really like Burning Cherry as well. And as far as comps, I did try this against a few of my other cherry fragrances that I thought might be close. And first off, the other Kayali scent that has cherry is Invite Only Amber, but I feel like that one is just way more heavy on incense and rose, and it isn't really a cherry forward scent, so I don't think that that is very close at all to Lovefest Burning Cherry. And the closest body mist that I could think of was Victoria's Secret's Cherry Elixir, which is also a really deep cherry scent, but it has more of kind of a resinous, ambery quality, whereas Burning Cherry is a lot more woody. So they're not, super close, but I do feel like they have some of that same kind of dark cherry feeling. And then I know that Zara Cherry Smoothie is really popular right now, but that scent is more of a powdery almond scent and doesn't have the same kind of darkness and smokiness of Burning Cherry. So I don't find that they're too similar, except in that very beginning when Burning Cherry has a little bit of that, hint of powdery almond, but that does fade. And of course, I'm sure everyone wants to know if this is a dupe for Tom Ford Lost Cherry. And sadly, I have to say no. While it does have a little bit of that, powdery almondy quality in the beginning of Burning Cherry, as I mentioned, that does fade. So after that, frankly, Lost Cherry just has so much more cherry in it. And it also retains that almond throughout the life of the scent. And it also has that delicious boozy note that Burning Cherry doesn't have. So unfortunately, I don't think that they're dupes. And, I think Tom Ford Lost Cherry is just, kind of one of the most beautiful cherry scents that there is. And I don't think that Burning Cherry quite hits that mark. And another scent I wanted to compare Burning Cherry to is Viktor and Rolf's Dancing Roses, which is an absolutely amazing cherry scent that is getting a little bit closer to the same kind of scent as Burning Cherry, but it does have a lot more rose in it, as well as lychee and saffron. So Dancing Roses has a bit more of a spicy quality than Burning Cherry. So they're definitely not dupes, but they do have kind of that same, dark cherry feeling to them. And I do have to say that Dancing Roses is actually one of my top favorite scents of all time, as well as one of my most favorite cherry scents. So I had, high expectations to kind of come close to this scent. And Lovefest Burning Cherry, while nice and while still having some of that, dark cherry quality, I just don't feel like it's kind of at that same level as Dancing Roses or Tom Ford Lost Cherry, but I do think, it is a nice cherry scent to have. And finally, Estee Lauder Modern Muse Le Rouge Gloss is also a dark cherry scent with a bit of a smoky quality, but it also has honey and saffron that gives it a different sort of sweetness than Burning Cherry. But I do actually feel like this is the closest scent in my collection out of the ones that I've compared to Burning Cherry. Although it's still not an exact dupe, it is fairly close with that smoky, dark cherry feeling. So that's it for my review of Kayali Lovefest Burning Cherry 48. I do really enjoy this scent. I think it's a really pretty, sweet, woody scent with a hint of cherry, and I do really enjoy it and look forward to wearing it more. Do I love it more than my current favorite cherry fragrances? I have to say probably not, but I do enjoy it and I will continue to test it out. Let me know what your thoughts are on Lovefest Burning Cherry. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.